Being a bullfang is pretty... What?
In the dirt.
Hello?
After a hard day's work.
Who said that? What? The guy... Hello?
A grumpy old beast rises from the murk.
Okay, seriously, dude, where are you? You can't just wait a minute, what? Hello? Huh. I could have sworn that I heard something, but that's... Oh! Oh my god! Oh!
Be gone.
Oh! What is happening? Oh!
None shall ever enter this creature's holy grounds.
Oh yes, it's Almudron, the hermit of the swamp, and he is just magnificent. I would say my favorite new monster in Rise, and well, I think it's also easy to see why. Our mudbender himself, and look, it's hard to express what fighting this guy is like more than this. While he may be a Leviathan, he is unique even beyond that. He has snaky-like movements, and the way he operates in and out the ground is truly wonderful. Just the fact he sits in the murk itself half up, and then his tail plunges up to get you from different random locations on the ground that you can't see. It's almost like there's two different entities there. He looks absolutely gorgeous. The different ways his body undulates up and down in and out, bulky but then lithe, and bulky again then lithe. He has an absolutely fascinating shape, and those mighty whiskers accompanying that mighty beard really don't harm him. The tail on one hand is very cool. It's like an artist's brush swishing mud back and forth, and he does all of his most impressive attacks with it. However, it looks a bit, it might just be me, but it gives me sort of, I can only really best describe it as a noise, and that noise is, like the idea of just like having it pressed slowly against you, all the like tendrily hairy bits just sliding up and down. I just don't want to be slit by Almudron's hairy tail. His coloring is great. I love the ridging all the way down him, and generally he is just unlike anything that has ever been in Monster Hunter, and really that can be said about nearly every single one of the new monsters. And of course, where would we be without mud? Because this is how you make a mud monster work. This is how you do it. This is the way. Geratidus!
Hello!
So firstly, of course, he makes the usual piles of mud, which in this game don't actually like suction cup you in and make you fall over. They just quite literally slow your movement, and that's all well and good. They are definitely annoying, and you do want to be avoiding them. But of course, it goes better than that, because he makes little constructs out of mud itself. They are kind of irritating, they can get in your way, but they're not really an attack so much as, you know, a feature. And that feature is so much fun. There is a muck resistant skill to not be slowed by his piles of dirt, but they don't do anything of course to the solidified ones, but they do at least give you a platform from which to leap from. In older Monster Hunters that would be amazing, but we have wire bugs, so again it really kind of is just a style points type attack, and I'm okay with that because he gets maximum style points. Chiefly, then, he makes a little model of the pyramid that's on the flooded forest, which is his home map. I mean, is that just not like Gold Star, Almudron? You creative little mud wizard, you. And I never thought I would say that sentence in a Monster Hunter game, or really in my life, but no. Almudron, creative mud wizard. And then we get to his enrage, where he goes full gold secretion, and the fluid is flowing, and it flows fluidly. And that is when things really kick up. On top of just looking amazing now, it infuses all of his mud with the golden dissolvey goop, which makes the mud piles not just slow you, but also burn you away at you and melt your health, rendering them much, much deadlier. His beard gets goldified, his crest gets goldified, his tail gets goldified, and then he picks up a giant hardened ball of golden veined mud and uses it to smash against you like the world's filthiest wrecking ball. And it is amazing! And it is painful! This culminates in his most potent attack, where he jumps in the air and slaps it down underneath you. Essentially, you don't want to be anywhere near him when he's got this out, and a nice little flash will get him to drop it. Other than that, you want to target the ball itself in order to get it to break and lose him the opportunity to do said big attack. His tail is also his weakest part, so that really nicely doubles up. For the most part, it is just avoid his swishy swipes and his swishy swipes with mud and get in there and attack him. You are quite safe sort of in between his legs, and especially so when he's half in, half out the ground, you can get right up to him and start wailing away. Riding him, you can make him do the muck sweeps, and in fact, you can make him make mud pillars for after you finish the wyvern ride, which I think is an absolute treat. That is really, really cool. And he can also artillery lob huge globs of mud all around him. And in fact, this forms one of the basis for his true ultimate attack. While it's not more threatening than the mud ball smash, it's much more of a, it's much more of a, that didn't even work. It's much more of a spectacle, okay? He raises 4 huge, ginormous pillars of earth, full-on bending style, sits at the back of them, and creates a total wipeout course of "come get me," and by the way, look up, and starts lobbing this mud artillery at you, so you have to wall run, climb, wire bug dodge through this maze of earth. I say maze, it's a straight line, but you know, he's an animal, give him credit, and get to Almudron, hit him, and end it. And it is an event. It is glorious. He is glorious. What an experience. And if all of that wasn't enough, he also creates this swirling mud vortex that pours you into the center before exploding out the middle of it. He is just... I love him. So, there's probably a question you are asking. Mizitsune, mud versus bubbles, dirt versus cleanliness. Oh yes, they don't have a turf war. They don't have a turf war. They don't have a turf war! At least not one that we can make happen. And we have tried, and tried, and tried. There is literally a hunt that is both of them on the Shrine Ruins, and it is a hunt that is called Ruckus in the Ruins, and it has got the description of, and are you ready for this? Whoa, it's totally going down right now in the Shrine Ruins. 1 minute there's mud, then the next there's bubbles, mud, bubbles, mud, bubbles. I need to go and clean up this mess. Yet they don't turf war. It's like the biggest tease ever. But apart from that, he is an absolute 10 out of 10 super monster. Oh, armor then. I mean, we have seen it. It is the mud-based robot suit. And it's spectacular. It's absolutely spectacular. The fact that you can dye not only the lights, but the highlight color, so, you know, this gorgeous white and red little number here, is just wonderful, and it really, really is one of the stars of the show as far as armor is concerned. Now, it does come with razor sharp, which is, you know, nice. It has a bit of a evade window, which is, you know, nice. It has power prolonger, which is, you know, nice. Nothing's really going to blow you away here, and razor sharp with, you know, sharpening on the dog safely is less useful than it's ever been, but it does have rapid morph. and Rapid Morph is a brand new skill. And basically, it just means that when you switch modes on your switch axes and charge blades, the switching attack is more powerful and quicker, which actually is ridiculously cool and ridiculously useful. And Almudron makes an incredibly, very much core set for a switch axe and charge blade user. Is it the best? Perhaps not, but on top of looking this good, it's a very, very solid base. The actual slottage is really good. 2 slots are premium in Rise, and the entire set comes adorned with 4 of them. So that's very, very good to see. Weapon-wise, if we look at something like its dual blades, the Mud Rippers, I mean, they're little discs of carnage. The raw on them is quite low, but they're very good slottage, and they're excellent water weapons, so we do have that going for us. Sadly, there isn't a charge blade, despite the fact that it being a rapid morph set, but there is a switch axe, the one from the demo, and honestly, I think it's a pretty good switch axe if you're going to play elemental switch axe. So, still remains to be seen if that's any good in Rise, but with the build variety going on here, it's entirely possible it will be. Look, without a greatsword or from a monster, it's hard for me to tell you anything of real value weapon-wise, but I'm trying my best. In any case, Almudron is an absolutely excellent monster, and he is just pure fun with an absolutely great armor set, both visually and functionally, to go with that. And I really, really hope you enjoy him too. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know why he is clearly your favorite monster in Rise, and I will see you soon. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. Good boy.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.